Well, the most important meal of the day is becoming more expensive. Inflation and supply chain issues have caused the price of breakfast to jump. We know about eggs, but add bacon and butter for toast. Breakfast, well, it's on the verge of becoming a budget buster. National correspondent Mara Sirianni is live in Atlanta at the Silver Skillet Diner, and, well, she seems to have a full plate.
What?
More like a full table. What all do you got there, Mara?
Look at that pancake.
Hey guys, I will probably not eat this all by myself. Blake is here. I'm sure he may help me out. But yeah, I want to set the scene here because this is, it's obviously, you know, it's an important story. But we're here at the Silver Skillet Diner, and this is a pretty iconic location here in Atlanta. So let's pan around here first. You may recognize this place. A lot of movies and TV shows have been filmed here. I wish you could smell the food. They've got the pancakes going, the coffee going, the eggs, the bacon. It smells incredible. And we're so grateful that they are here and having us this morning to kind of just, again, like you mentioned, talk about the cost of the most important and beneficial meal of the day. So we have ordered a bunch of food here this morning. We've got pancakes, we've got fruit, biscuits, grits, you know, everything down to the butter. The cost really over the past couple of years has gone up. So the owner here, I just spoke with her. She said, you know, eggs, that's really the main thing for her, the cost of eggs. They have gone up 4 times. So on a regular day here, again, this is an established business. They've had about 60 years of business. They've got loyal customers coming in and out of the doors. You probably see them behind me here. So they're not struggling, but she says on most days they do break even. But I want to kind of just mention, you know, we looked up some statistics from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. If we could pull that up now. So let's talk about one meal specifically. Eggs, bacon, OJ, and coffee. I have all that in front of me here. In 2020, as you see on your screen, I'm just going to kind of round this out here. That meal would cost you about $14, whereas now they estimate up to last month, that meal is going to cost you about $20. So if that just kind of shows you how much things have gone up here, and, you know, it's also a trickle-down effect. It's not just the customers who have to absorb the cost of, like I said, eggs going up 4 times the amount, as they mentioned here at the Silver Skillet, but it's also your wait staff. You know, in some places that really affects the tips that they get. So that's another big thing that we're going to be just kind of discussing here with the staff this morning. We couldn't get one of them live for this hour because they're all really busy, as you can see behind me, which is a great sign. They said that things aren't slowing down here for now, but hopefully it stays that way. We know that other businesses aren't that lucky. So if you are a customer and you're headed out and about to order breakfast and treat yourself to breakfast or brunch, you know, there's also a labor shortage that we're dealing with too in some of these spots across the country. So be thankful to the folks who do show up to work. Make sure you tip accordingly, guys. I think I have some food to get to here, but we'll see you in the next hour.
Oh my gosh. I'm just looking at that size of that pancake.
The pancake,
Stop it, Mara. Stop it. Please bring some back.
I'm not going to eat on camera, so get off camera and then I'll get to it.
Enjoy that. While she's digging in, we're going to talk to our next guest who has scrambled eggs and flipped flapjacks on several occasions. And he goes by the name Dr. Breakfast, or Nick Decker. He's a food and travel
look
writer.
At your shirt. I love it. Is that eggs and bacon?
Right, that's the part, right?
Love it.
He writes the Breakfast with Nick blog and is a breakfast expert. Thank you so much for coming on. So what kind of price hikes are you noticing at restaurants? Mara kind of touched on it with the eggs going up, the plates up to like 20 bucks from 16.
A basic breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what have you been noticing?
Yeah. I've noticed a lot of the same things. I mean, restaurant owners, I know a lot of them, they used to say, you know, why did you start a breakfast diner? And they said, well, because eggs are so cheap. So that's an easy thing to start with. And now those especially mean that cost is quadrupled. So I've seen a lot of them, they've been very transparent about it with their customers. They've been willing to, you know, post on social media, put a note on a menu and say, hey, you know, these costs have had to go up a little bit. We don't like doing it, but in order to keep the restaurant sustainable and especially to be able to continue paying our employees a fair wage, we need to make some small adjustments.
And so what kind of adjustments are they making? I mean, you're able to talk to a lot of restaurant owners in the Columbus, Ohio area. Yeah. So what are they doing to kind of offset this a little bit?
Well, I've seen some that have offered some kind of special value menus to try to keep at least some like basic breakfasts inexpensive for customers. especially those that love, good breakfast diners. Like that's one of the things you know. I mean, we've seen a little bit of everything. Bacon has obviously gone up. Eggs have, coffee. And a lot of them, what they've done is they've just, they've tried to make small adjustments. I've seen a lot of restaurant owners that said, instead of raising the price on everything, we've just raised the price on a couple things right now. And a lot of them are egg dishes. I mean, I've seen some places that have said, hey, we know our omelets are the signature, but it costs 4 times as much to make it right now, so we're just going to raise the price of that, but we'll keep everything else the same. Sometimes point customers to other dishes like, hey, the biscuits and gravy, cost of that isn't too expensive. Hey, pancakes, that's not too expensive.
Is there, as far as alternatives go, is there 1 or 2 items that you could remove from a breakfast plate that could really bring the prices down?
Well, I mean, we've seen a lot of prices go up on meats as well. So if you're trying to keep it inexpensive, if you're ordering, say, a combo breakfast and you forego adding the bacon or sausage, that's one way to do it. I mean, potatoes are still pretty inexpensive, and that's a big breakfast staple, whether it's hash browns or home fries. I've seen a lot of restaurants suggest shifting to that. That way you still get a really filling meal, but you're saving the cost by taking out your bacon, which sounds like a horrible thing to have to do.
Do you see this getting any better with inflation finally starting to cool off? Do restaurants have any incentive to bring those prices down? Their suppliers the same? Are prices going to come back down when inflation cools more?
I think it will, and I've seen a lot of restaurant owners. I've seen some that have actually made the changes already, where they've said, "Hey, this cost came down, so we want to make sure we're staying true to our customers." There's a wings place that's really popular right here where I live, and they had to raise their prices for a while because the price of wings went up. And just this past week, they said, "Hey, our suppliers got it at a cheaper price, and we want to pass that savings on to you.
Love that.
Thanks to everyone that stuck with us." And we're able to bring our wings back to the regular price. So I'm sure we'll see some prices will stay elevated, but I think if they want to retain loyal customers, I think a lot of restaurants will try to push things back down.
So, Dr. Breakfast, I'm going to be very honest with you. I'm 37 weeks pregnant, so I'm always hungry, and I'm hungry right now.
So everything sounds good.
Let's just chat about favorite breakfast really quickly before we go. What is your go-to breakfast? And let's take money out of it, okay? Take money out of it. Have to have eggs, obviously, but what's your go-to breakfast?
Right. My go-to, I love an Eggs Benedict. I mean, like a good Eggs Benedict where you have a really nice hollandaise, you have those poached eggs that are really runny, you put some Canadian bacon on there. I mean, my hometown of Grand Rapids, Michigan, there's a cafe called the Real Food Cafe that makes an amazing Eggs Benedict. That would be my, last meal if I could order that.
Really? Oh, man. See,
Alex is having a moment over here.
Biscuits and gravy, okay. I love that. A good sausage gravy. Fried chicken and waffles, that'll do it as well.
Yeah, corned beef hash. Just order it all. You deserve it.
I had a flight of pancakes in Austin this weekend. Like an individual, a blueberry one, a cinnamon. Oh,
I'll tell you what, breakfast, the most important meal of the day. Dr. Breakfast, thank you so much for joining us today. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.